Even the God in here help you with a breakthrough. Apply pressure, it's gon' turn to diamonds. You gon' have some things you going through. Never give up. You never want it, but you got it, you gon' make it through. Never give up. Keep it focused, keep your chin up, you gon' break through. Never give up. Give it to God and He'll help you, He'll break through. Woo. It's a lonely road for a soldier. Yeah.
What up, what up, what up? Hey man, this is Antonio, aka Toni Picasso. And man, I'm here about to shoot a real good guy of mine. Well, not shoot, but I should have said that wrong. Interview, okay? We're doing an interview, not shooting. Real good friend of mine, man. We call him BK, but I ain't gonna go into all the details. I'm gonna let him introduce himself, but this is just some of the behind the scenes of the expressions of fatherhood. And what this is doing, man, is giving an opportunity to bring art together along with visual aesthetics and music, man, and just want to shed the light on how fathers are stepping up, doing great things, serving God the right way, and being men of God while being fathers. And the reason for this is we don't hear a lot of the positive things with fathers being present and showing up and on a day-to-day task. And not only that, there's so many fathers that are doing dope things, but they doing it their way. You feel me? And whatever it is with manhood and fatherhood, it looks differently on different people. And I want to interview these different individuals, man, that are present fathers, but they're doing it their way. So stay tuned, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. I know the camera kind of close, but it's okay. But man, let's see what my boy got. See what he want to share. And you know, I'll be interesting to hear his thoughts on fatherhood. All right, so tune in for that.
Look at mine.
Yeah, we good, bro. We good. So we got here, man.
Well, welcome to the Ujima Retreat Center. My name is Daniel Kuroma Jr., aka BK, and I'm just trying to do God's work.
Yeah.
Let me give you a tour.
Yeah, give me a tour.
So this is the Ujima Retreat Center. We're sitting on 7.68 acres. That's a 2.5 acre fishing pond.
Okay.
It's also a spring-fed pond. And you know, one thing about being out here is just getting back in tune with nature. You know, we bring a lot of families, a lot of youth out here. And the one thing we try to teach them is an appreciation for nature, right? Because, you know, in its essence, it's pure and it's where we come from. So, you know, a lot of our generation, the next generation, they're lost, they're confused. You know, the best solution to that is to get grounded back in nature, you know, and be back in the natural order of things.
I love that.
You know?
I love that, man. Let me ask you this. Was this a dream? Did you kind of like see yourself coming in this direction, or is like, yo, I stumbled because I followed Christ? Like, what's up?
Yeah. Great question. So the funny thing is never say never, right? Because if you were to ask me 4 years ago, would I be seeing myself living in the country? I'm like, who, me? Like country ain't for us. They like ain't that we're all the rednecks out there, and they're gonna lynch me out there?
Yeah, right? Yeah.
So never say never. And that's why you got to be in alignment with God, because you know He'll guide your steps. But one of the things is a lot of people, God will give you the message, but you don't like the message, so you choose not to hear it.
Got you.
Right, and then when you're off track, you wonder like, how did I get here? And then like God, like I give you the answer 1,000 miles ago when we were back there, that direction. You know, so now. So, you know, at the end of the day, we're all human, no one's perfect, but I feel like I've been blessed, obviously.
Yeah.
And just being obedient and just making good decisions.
I got you. So let me ask you this question, because these people don't know, but I know. Mm-hmm. So do you have a wife? Do you have kids? Like like give me the background of a man. Like what type of man? Are you a father, husband? Like give me that background real quick.
Well, I mean, that's easy. So I'm a proud husband and father of two amazing young future kings.
Yeah.
And we've been married. Actually, this is our 10-year anniversary. We are married coming on this year.
Come on.
I got a 6-year-old son by the name of Joshua and a 4-year-old son by the name of Jordan. And, one of the things, I'll tell you this, one of the inspirations, so, a lot of times, like, God just doesn't give you, like, a clear answer. He'll just tell you to walk this direction, right? Mm-hmm. And then when you walk that direction along that path, you'll pick up certain things, right? They'll be like, oh, if I didn't walk this way, I'm going to realize that it's actually green. Grass is actually green on this side. The whole time from my vantage point being over there, I'm thinking this is desert, but as soon as God led me around this corner, I can peek and I see it's green over here. So, everything that I am, everything I become is just due to further all praise to God, the Most High. Mm-hmm. And, I always had a connection with Him even when I was younger. I would have conversation with Him. Yeah. I'll tell you this. I'm not perfect. We ain't no one else perfect, right? Understood. I'm a black man in America, but the thing is I fell for a lot of the same things that a lot of young black males fall for, right? Mm-hmm. As far as being influenced by negativity, right? Because, right now we're in a society where, heck, when we were growing up, we didn't have social media, right? But now you have so much stimulation, so much inundation of information. Mm-hmm. You don't know when you're hearing something, is that my voice? Is that someone else's voice? You got you. So if you don't even know whose voice you listen to, how do you know when it's your voice, right? Yeah. So a lot of it, I'd say, is put the phones down. When I bring youth out here, I tell them, no cell phones. We do what's called a digital detox. That's what's right. So then you can give yourself a chance to unplug. It's like the Matrix. It's like unplugging from the Matrix, And the kids say, "What's the Matrix?" I said, "That's your homework. Go watch that movie." Yeah. That's what it is. Your phone is basically the ultimate reality. You can pick whatever reality you want to live in, right? But is that real? So that's why we say you got to wake up, right? And then now they're taking the whole word woke as to mean something else, but really it's just wake up, like to what's real, So, my point is this: is that I'm a proud husband. I'm a man of God. I'm a soldier in God's army. I'm a king. Mm-hmm. But before that, at one point, I had to be a soldier. You know what I'm saying? Before you're a soldier, before you become a general and a king, sometimes you have to learn how to follow orders and directions. So, and before you can lead people, first you must learn how to be led. There you go. So like it's just a whole component of humility, and it's just like coming back to the essence of like finding what your purpose is. Why did God create me? Why am I here on this earth, in this country, in this moment in time in history right now? Yeah. And and if you're not seeking that question, you're going to be lost. I'm with you, man. So I'm with you. Show me some stuff, man. All right, so walk and talk, So yeah, so over here, we got the pavilion area right here. We do anything from camps to get-togethers, family reunions. We also obviously this is one of the highlights. We take youth out here, take them fishing, kayaking, do kayaking tutorials. Okay. Safety first. It goes real deep in the middle, but I do water safety training before anyone gets out there. Okay. We have life vests in here. We call it the Frog House. Frog House. Because there was a frog right here when you got it initially. So got you. So in here, keep the vest. So you can see, keep the life vest and paddles. Yeah, that's cool. We had an event called Paddles and Poles, and so safety first. Paddles and poles. Sound like one of your records. Man, we can mess around, you feel me? The underline with it is just safety first. Yeah. And I know I'm giving you a tour right now, but at the end of the day, when people come out here, we're making history right now, whether you like it or not. When we first got this place, and I'll get to that. I didn't. You asked me a good question. You said, "Was this your dream?" This was my dream. I didn't think this is a reality. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, like a lot of times we chasing something, and then like you don't get it, like you think you're a failure. No, it's because what God has for you, it's so big you don't even know. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, yes, sir. So long story short, but that's the thing too. You have to know what your principles are. You have to know, usually God will put something inside of you. He'll say, you'll feel, that's when you feel like conviction. Mm-hmm. I ain't even doing this. The sooner you find that out, the faster you're gonna reach your highest self, the highest form of yourself, right? So for me, I always love motivating people, uplifting people, my people. I love working with youth. So now it kept coming back. So I started mentoring. in the school system, and it was like a glove on the hand. You know what I mean? So
Yes, sir.
So long story short, I always been my ministry is working with youth, right? And one thing that's dear to my heart is violence prevention. You know, so because every time what happens is every time I see a killing, I was like, man, I wish I could have done something. I wish I could have. Maybe if I pour a little word into the young youth, maybe I could have saved some lives. And then you see that feeling and thought kept resonating. So like now I got to take it serious, right?
Yeah.
So and my wife, she's a mental health therapist, and so what happened was the story about how we got this place was it was COVID, right? And if everyone remembers during COVID, everyone was isolated, a lot of anxiety. So what happened was we took our boys, went down to Missouri and went hiking, right?
Okay.
And when we went there, we was out hiking, and we was just like, yo, I'm feeling all my stress is gone. Like doesn't it feel good out here? Like all anxiety is gone. I looked at my kids; they're happy. Me and my wife look at each other like, this is it, So then after that moment, we're like, you know what? Maybe the solution is healing in nature, through nature, right? So what we did first thing we did was we prayed on it. So we prayed. I said, all right. We knew like, hey, it's something we're supposed to be doing. But we said, let's pray on it. We prayed on it, and we both saw the same thing, which was having a safe space for our family and our community to come and heal, right? We actually went like an hour and a half close, like near the Indiana border. And then there was a beautiful property out there, right? But we're like, you know what? Our people ain't going to come all the way out here to, just to experience this, right? So then we're like, let's try to find something a little closer. We're within a mile range of the city limits. That's Urbana. We're about 5-minute drive to University of Illinois. Well, so the beautiful thing about this spot is it's you don't have to leave town to get away. It's get away without getting away.
I like it.
So then when we saw this place, we were like, at first we're like, man, we can't afford this. This is not, we can't afford it. And then we prayed on it, and then we negotiated. I'll tell you a story. When we first saw the property, we walked around the lake 7 times.
Come on now.
So if anybody familiar with the scriptures, you already know. Like if this is the promised land, we're gonna have to walk around it, And sure enough, God would have it, we were able to acquire the property.
So you went around the right way.
Yeah.
The right way around the wall. That's good.
Yeah.
Man.
This is a sauna. So we do a lot of type of healings out here. When people are out here, we do grounding. We partner with a lot of local vendors, yoga professionals, spiritual leaders, guided meditation folks, and sometimes they'll do grounding. So they take your shoes off, and you can walk all the way around.
I don't like socks, man. I don't like shoes, so I'm into that, man. Then especially sweating stuff out. I've been looking at them like, okay.
Okay, well, right here, this is a wood burning sauna. We imported it from Norway.
From Norway?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
And this is red cedar wood. So if you go ahead, you can have a seat in there. Watch it, you can't tell. Yep. Just going to take a seat now. If you inhale, you smell like red cedar wood.
I smell the wood, man.
Yeah. So imagine it when you light the fire.
Look at that view.
Yeah, it's got a panoramic view of the spring-fed pond, and you can even add some essential oils on there, eucalyptus, and get some other, healing properties.
Man, you ever use this for date night, man?
You know what's funny? I got a funny answer. Like, here's another thing, right? A lot of people, they see we had this place like, oh man, I'm sure you guys relax, you use all the menus all the time. Nuh-uh. Like it's like working in it's like working at McDonald's. Like most of the time you're too busy preparing the food, you ain't gonna eat the food.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? So to be honest, I can count on one hand the amount of times I've used this thing.
Yeah.
Right. It's maybe 3 times. The first time was to test it out to make sure everything was working. Right. Same thing. And then we got the hot tub over there. Okay. Actually, it's our kids that say, "Hey, Daddy, can we go in the hot tub? Can we go to sauna?" So then we do that. And that comes back to the family thing, right? So. And I think the powerful thing is twofold. So we didn't realize we were breaking ground or making history when we acquired this space, and we designated a healing community healing space, right?
Right.
But then we had a black contractor. He came here, and before we built that retreat center, which I'll give you a tour of.
Okay.
And he said, "Man, you know, when I came to your property and you opened the door, I didn't expect to see you. I was expecting to see the Colonel Sanders, Kentucky Fried Chicken looking dude with a beard say, "Get off my land."
Oh man.
You know, and so he said, you know, just the fact that you're black and you own this thing, that's already significant in itself.
Yeah.
So when he said that, we're like, oh, you know, that's dope. That's real. You know, we didn't think about it because, you know, we don't do things for recognition. We don't do things for external validation. We do things because that's what God and the Spirit led us to, right?
Right.
So then we had another mental health professional. He came out here, same thing. He was like, man, like the fact that you guys own this thing, that's the big thing, because, you know, it inspires me to go after my dreams, you know, and that we think that's the legacy we want to leave. We want to inspire people. Whatever your dream is, you can go for it. I can't tell how many people come here and they say, man, like I want to turn that to a school, or I want to make this a concert hall. You know, well, all right, cool. All those dreams you have inside of you, they're there for a reason. So you this is maybe just showing you like anything's possible. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's the beauty of owning this property and you know, dedicating it. You know, because the name Ujima is a sweet Swahili term, and for those of you familiar with Kwanzaa principles, one of the principles of Kwanzaa, which stands for we take our community problems, make them our problems, and we solve them together. You know, so our vision for this place was always not only a healing space, but a community space where we can all come together, share resources, learn from each other, do workshops, etc. Right?
That's good, man.
Yep.
That's good. So with this, man, we're going to go back to fatherhood. Do you have any, I would say, no, let's just keep it general.
Mm-hmm.
Did you grow up with a father? Did you not grow up with a father? What's that like? Then I'll go into the second question, because it's like an alley-oop.
Okay. So interesting question. So I did grow up with a father. Mm-hmm. And I'll say this, me and my father's relationship when it was never good. You know, but, you know, I always followed the principle, you know, honor thy parents. So, you know, honor them. But, you know, even as I got older, I started setting certain boundaries, like you know, boundaries for my own mental health, right?
Yeah.
And, you know, so me and my father to this day, we're not too close. I love and respect him, but that's the truth. So I segued to say this, right? 'Cause I know you got a follow-up question, but
yeah,
because me and my father, I didn't have a good experience with him growing up. I tell myself I'm not gonna be like him, right? It's kind of like the LeBron James theory.
Yeah.
Like, you know, he didn't grow up with a father. He didn't have a father. So now he's like, you know, I'm gonna be the best father there is. I'm gonna be a dedicated husband. I'm gonna go to all my son's events. And people are like, man, he doing too much. He did too much of his kid's life, right? So I feel like it's kind of like that. Like when you don't have something, you're like, I don't want my kids to go through what I went through. You know, so yeah. So that's kind of a motivation. But yes, I had a father. I honor and love him, you know, and I can't discount the importance of having a father, you know. Yeah. Even though we weren't close, and you know, he worked all the time. Just having that male structure, you know, and I'll say this, like, you know, you don't even have to take my word for it. It's in nature, you know. Look at any species. You got geese right there. Yeah. You know, they're paired. You know, it's a cohesion. It's a natural cohesion to have a father and mother in the household to raise the children. Yeah. Just, you know, one thing I love is those nature documentaries, the Discovery channels. Gotcha. You know, one of the favorite ones, you watch the lions, right? And then I remember I watched one, right? You know, I've been watching them for a while, but when I got older, I watched one, and I noticed that, you know, obviously in the lions, you have the woman, the female that are probably go hunt and stuff like that. So if the females hunt, they train the youth, right, to do all this. What do the males do? Their job is to protect the kingdom, right?
Watching over everything.
Right. But who they protecting them from?
The outsiders.
The males. Because a male lion, if another male lion come in, if he take over, he gonna kill all the cubs. Oh wow! You see what I'm saying? It's not his. So now you see this outside. I'm like, wow. And then you just see like how important your seed is, right? That you would like even in natural like animals are willing to throw their lives away for the offspring. So now I was like, wow, that means that our seeds are like the most important possession we have, right? So it clicked. I'm like, oh, okay, so I'm supposed to be the protector of my family. Yep. You know, and you know, and obviously that's innate. We're not animals, right? You know. So, but you see principles, right? That's why I always tell people, look at nature. Like God, even when he talks to you, sometimes he'll talk to you through science.
All right, man. So this project is called Expressions of Fatherhood. Okay. Is there anything you want to say to another father or a young man that just found out, or an adult that just found out that they're about to have a child? Like, is there anything that you can leave them on to give them some encouragement as being a father in today's society?
Yeah, I'd say this: the day you have a kid or a child, is no longer about you; it's about that child now. I remember before, one thing that my dad kind of instilled in me that I do. We don't read a lot of things, but one thing, two things he said. He said one thing was, he said, don't chase women; they're always going to be out there, and they come to find out there's actually more women on earth than men, right?
Yeah.
So he basically said, focus, like handle your business. Don't go out chasing women. Handle your business first, right?
Yeah.
The second thing he instilled was basically, he's like, if you have a kid, your life is over. Now, basically, your life is not over, but the truth of it is, your bachelor life is over.
Yeah.
You're like, just being about you. Once you have a child, your bachelor life is done. It's over. That life is dead. Now it's about that child. Now you're a father.
Yeah.
So now the thing is, people feel like, oh, you're naturally a father. No. It takes effort to be a father. Anybody can be a man and reproduce. A dog can reproduce. But does that make a dog a man?
Yeah.
Or a father? So like, you'll see a lot of men out here. That's about choices. So like, what I mean, like, when I see your bachelorhood, your life is over, is like that selfishness, right? That, like, it's all about me. When you have a child, it ain't about you. So now you have to learn how to challenge your selfishness, right? Selfishness, people think it's like, oh, not money or this. No. It could be like going out hanging with your boys on a Friday night, but then your wife or your baby mother, she needs you. The kids are sick. You gotta make a choice. Do I want to be selfish, or do I handle my responsibilities? And that's basically handling your business, right? So I'd say that and just know this, that your seed, your child, that's your most important possession, right? And then you're going to be judged on that. I believe you're going to be judged on that later. Whether it might not be in your life, it might be like when they're older and you're in a deathbed, and you want someone to come and your kid, they hate you, they don't want nothing to do with you, right? So, but more importantly, just do it because it's the right thing to do. Like God, whatever happened, God made that child your seed. So you don't know what's in that kid. That kid could be the next president. He could be whatever, or you might be the person that saves your family legacy. You don't know. But at the end of the day, no matter what, that's still your child. That's you. The point of that kid is you. So the question is, how would you want to treat yourself?
I like that. So to any father out there, a question you should always ask is, how do you want to treat yourself?
Because your child, that's you. That's you. That's your blood. That's literally you. So the final thoughts I'd say is just we're gonna make it. It's gonna be all right. And just be there. Just it's not. It's about them. Make them first. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the natural order thing.
Yeah.
I kind of alluded to that Discovery documentary with the lions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You gotta understand that if other species are willing to die for their kids, right? It just shows you how important the seed in the next generation is. A lot of times we selfish. We like, oh, I want to still have fun. I'm not ready to grow up. Well, you were grown enough to create that baby.
Yeah. So
now you got to be grown up for the consequences. It's like that's the thing about life. There's life's about choices. There's consequences to your actions. So I would just say, try to be the best father you can be. Be there for your child. Be there for the child's mother if you can. If you're not cordial with mom, or it's a situation where it's a blended family, it's not easy. But just think about the kid first, right? It's not about you. It's not about your ego. It's not about mom and whatever the situation is. Just do whatever you do. Think about what's best for the kids. That's all I gotta say.
All right.
About your son, man.
Yeah,
I mean, your middle. We'll start with the gratitude now. What's the name again?
When saying I'm blessed is an understatement. You know what I mean? Because You know, like my middle name, I call myself Mr. Gratitude. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm so grateful. You know, I had this conversation with my son, my oldest son. You know, he's very competitive, and he also sometimes he has negative self-talk.
Yeah.
And I tell him, I say, hey man, look, what are you complaining about? Look how blessed we are. Look, first of all, the fact that you woke up this morning, that's obvious, but you can actually see. You know, people don't have vision. Some people are blind. You can hear. You know, that's the blessing. You're within your right mind. You have your father, your mother. We're here alive. We're healthy.
Yeah.
You have your brother. He's healthy. We have a home. You have clothes on your back. You know what I'm saying? You have food in your stomach. You understand? There's people that don't have any of those things. And he's like, oh, you know, I never think about that. I was like, yeah. And then my other son was like, hey, Dad, how come you're always happy? I said, you know, that's a good question. I'm not happy. I'm just blessed.
There you go.
And besides, being mad is not going to change your situation.
Yeah.
So I'd rather just be optimistic and happy because no matter how bad, it can always be worse.
There you go.
You know?
Yeah, man. So even with seeing that, you already like seeing how this shade or this hue of me expressing my character to my son is going to be something that they can use down the road, right? So I guess I don't really want to say your definition of fatherhood, but give me five key points that you feel that a father should possess, you know, because you got your own style, man, you know?
Well, 5 characteristics that a father should possess. Number 1 would be a good role model to your kids, right? So basically, be whatever you don't like in men or other men, be the opposite of that, right?
Okay.
Like, you know, our number 1 job is to preside over our family and our children, right? The number 1 thing you can do is be a positive example of role modeling, because, you know, even if you look at our youth of young males, the reason they're drawn to gangs is because they're looking for that role model, that male bond, they're looking for that male validation,
Gotcha.
Right? So if you can provide that for your kids, they don't have to go to the streets to find it, right? Because you've already instilled in them, nah, you already are a man. You're strong enough to stand alone. You have a purpose. You don't need to be a follower. Be a leader, you know? So number 1 is being a good role model. Number 2 is instilling principles and values, right? So, you know, it's one thing to say, don't steal, but it's another thing to say, hey, you know, we don't believe in our family, we don't believe in stealing, right? We believe in integrity and hard work and ethics and doing everything the right way, right? And besides, when nobody watching, God watching, you know, so instilling those godly principles in them. I mean, heck, you just do instill the 10 Commandments in them, they're all set, you know? But actually, like, so one thing I feel a lot of parents don't do is they don't take the time to sit down and explain things to their kids. They say, oh, don't do that, or don't smoke. Well, why not? Because, you know, it's bad for your health and this and you know, and staining your teeth and all that, you know. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Oh, don't put. I tell my kids, well, they're not old enough yet, but for a young male, I said never put your hands on a woman. Yeah. You know why? Because it's a lose situation.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? You want to put yourself in a win-win situation. When you put your hands on a woman, that's a lose situation, right? You know, it's automatic triple L. You know, so explain to kids why you have principles and values. That's the best thing we can leave them, because guess what? Even I can leave them this property, but if I don't teach them right, it could be gone within 1 generation. In fact, the people we got this property from, I'm sure they wanted to leave it to their kids, but they couldn't. You know what I'm saying? Because the kids went off and whatever happened, right? So. Money and materialistic possessions, they can come and go. They can all be gone within 1 generation. But if you teach principles and values and teach a code of ethics, like a code, like that's something that's going to outlive all of us.
I like that,
so
man.
that was 3 things.
That's 3. 2 more.
Was that 3 or 2?
That was 3.
Okay.
2 more.
Number 4 is well, maybe which goes into it like I said, put God first. You know, that's probably, that could be number 1. You know, and then like your family, right? And not just, you know, and that's the thing. People have different variations of what family is. Like you ask a gangster, a gangbang on the street.
Yeah.
What's the family? That's my family. My boys. That's my family, right?
Yeah.
So just tell them that, you know, not all. They say blood thicker than water, not all the time, because sometimes your own family be the ones who do you in the worst, right? But if you, as a man, right, teach them as a man, as a father, your number one priority, your number one objective is to preside over your family and your household, right? So if you have kids, you got to watch over them and also protect our wives, our women, right? So I want to teach them to be a protector over their family, their wives, their kids, and don't abuse the things that God put in your possession. Right, so your wife and your kids, God put them in your possession. It's like a car. You got a car, you don't maintain it, it's gonna break down.
Facts.
Right, you don't wash it, it's gonna be dirty. Right, so you got to maintain. We got to maintain those relationships with our wives, our children, right, and nurture that. I think that's 4, and then number 5, believe in yourself. Right, ain't nobody gonna believe in you if you don't believe in yourself. You know, it sounds cliche. But you gotta have belief in yourself, right? Because life ain't easy. Life is gonna be hard. But that's where that conviction comes in. You know, we spoke about earlier. You have to find that thing that God put inside of you, that purpose. That you gotta have a vision for your life, right? Oh, another thing that was 5.
Yeah.
I also say, as far as as parents, it's important for us to help guide our children to find like their gifts and the purpose, because a lot of times we might be good at something we don't even know. Until somebody be like, hey, you know what? Like, man, nobody can do that, but you just did it like that. I'm like, oh, word? I didn't know that. Yeah, you're actually pretty good at that. Like, oh, damn, I didn't even know I was good at that, right? So as us as parents, if we see like giftings or strengths or traits, you should encourage your kids and say, hey, you know, like maybe you should go pursue that. A lot of times, parents, we're so busy, caught up in our own lives, we don't take the time to focus on our kids, right? And that's our number one job, is to help raise our kids. Like you work in education. A lot of people say, oh, is the school system failing the kids? Well, if you depend on the school system to raise your kids, you already lost in the game. Now, I'm not naive. Obviously, as parents, you know, single moms out there, we have to work, so you have to send them somewhere. But do that follow-up. The school only gonna do as much as you make them do, right? But you gotta hold your end of the bargain. Is your kid doing his homework at home? Is he going out to school acting a fool? And if you find out he or she, are you going to go blame the school, or are you going to correct it? Go up there and say, you know what? Next time my son messed up, my daughter messed up, you let me know. Here's my number. So that shows the school is that you're an involved parent, and we know what's gonna happen. They ain't gonna mess with your kid. They're gonna be, oh, he or she's mom. They actually involved. Right, but if you ain't involve your kids, they're just gonna throw them to the side, you know. So I digress, but yeah, thanks for the questions, bro.
Yeah.
Even the God in here help you with a breakthrough. Pressure is gonna turn to diamonds.